I get so many people asking me what hiking gear should they buy, and with so many options out there and so many ways to answer that question, it's almost damn near impossible to make a decision. So here's my answers, let's go. Hello fellow hiker and long-term world traveller, Russ here, bringing you the best tips and inspiration for hiking around the world. I totally get it, there's just so many options and so many price points, like should you get a £50 backpack or a £300 backpack? Should you go and get a DCF tent or one made out of nylon? Should you get a double-walled one? Should you think about 3-season hiking or 4-season hiking? Should you get a down sleeping bag or a synthetic one? The possibilities and the questions are endless. All of this coupled with different altitudes, different seasons, different equipment, different skill sets, different objectives. Seriously, how are we all meant to decide? So here's my friendly advice. Pick the lightest, warmest gear that you can afford for its weight. Set an overall budget for your entire kit list and stick to it. Also set a base weight limit to your kit list and stick to that as well. This will help you gauge exactly how much money you've got to spend and anything that you need to buy versus the stuff that you already have. Secondly, get your hands on as much gear as you possibly can and that you can possibly afford and test it all out in the field, then ditch the stuff that's working and keep the stuff that is working. This is literally the only way that you can figure out what gear is right for you, and I really can't emphasize the word you enough, because quite simply, nobody is like you, nobody hikes like you, nobody wants to do the same objectives as you, nobody is going to go to the same places as you, nobody has the same body as you, the same fitness level. You are totally unique. Therefore, every hiker has a kit list that is completely unique to them. Like my hiking kit list might be completely different to yours. There might be some similarities, there might be some differences, but everybody has their own preferences. Thirdly, think about what your objectives are. I mean, are you hiking a day for 20 miles in the searing heat of summer, or are you doing a 3-month, 2,500 through hike from Mexico to Canada? The choices that you make in your gear are therefore going to be completely different. It's all such a personal thing, and only you can decide what's right for you, not me or anybody else. I've spent the last 4 years working out exactly what works for me, and I'm still working it out. I save all the money that I can on just buying gear. I barely spend my money on anything else so that I can buy the best gear that I just really want to try out. If that item of gear doesn't work, then I'll either sell it, I'll swap it out, or I'll buy something new. I'm thinking of switching out my down puffy jacket to a synthetic one soon, and I've literally just switched out my expensive Patagonia rain jacket for a really cheap Frog Togs one, and I have to say I prefer the Frog Togs one, even though it's just a fraction of the price. I wouldn't have known unless I tried out those two things, and I'm really pleased to find out that the cheapest option is what's really working for me. The switching out and trying new things just never really ends. Long distance hikers regularly have to switch out their gear depending on the conditions. If they're going north or southbound on the PCT, they're going to have to switch out things depending on what part of the trail they're on. It's just inevitable, so you're going to have to try these things out. It's no different from someone day hiking or wild camping on shorter trips throughout different times in the year. Above all, the best advice that I can give you is to buy the best gear that you can afford, that's going to keep you safe in the situation that you're going into, and that's going to help you achieve your objective. In the description below, I'm going to put a link to a video that I've watched over and over again that has really helped me by a guy called Andrew Skirker, where he talks about all things gear, ultralight backpacking, and how to choose the best gear for your objective. And he gives a really detailed and comprehensive view as to how he chooses his gear for the right situations. I think my favourite part is when he starts talking about footwear, and you'll see why, because I totally agree with him. The way that he chooses his footwear is pretty much the same way that I choose mine. The reason that he chooses the footwear that he wears is the same reason that I choose mine. He's an absolute wealth of knowledge and experience with thousands of miles of hiking and expeditions behind him, so I hope you enjoy that video. Okay, campfire question. What gear are you struggling to think about buying next? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd be absolutely delighted to help you. So write your comments there and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you found that helpful. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it, and I'll see you in the next one.